Q4 is right here. So I'm filming this right now, Monday, October 6th, and we're prepping all of our info product companies, coaching companies, even the agencies that we work with for Q4. And in today's video, I'm gonna talk explicitly about how to maximize Q4 if you're an info product company, course creator, coach, B2B agency, or SaaS company. A lot of people just focus on e-com in Q4, but when it comes to info and B2B and SaaS, there are a lot of things that you can do to maximize Q4, not just survive, but also thrive. So let's dive right in. So I've been advertising for about 5 years in these spaces, and Q4, every time for one of our clients, is an absolute cash cow time. And here's the thing, it does come with its own challenges though. If you're not prepped for it, if you don't employ these things we're gonna talk about today, you're gonna have a tough time in Q4 and not a fun time. So everyone already knows that in Q4, costs go up, all right? Your CAC will rise as a result, CPMs go up, cost per call goes up, buying intent goes kind of down a little bit on some products and services. And at the same time, you have the holiday weeks where inflation's crazy, people aren't showing up to calls, you have high show rates, all this stuff, right? So advertising to cold traffic does become harder in Q4 for whatever the offer is. Now, here's the thing. How do you battle these high costs? So the high CPMs, like we're already seeing in October right now, CPMs going up, cost per 1,000, unique account centers reach going up, all this stuff, right? So ad costs are already getting higher and higher. So how do you combat these costs, less closed deals, all that stuff? Well, guess what? You just have to simply make more money, okay? So in today's video, we're gonna talk about making more money as an info product, B2B, and SaaS company in Q4 through cold traffic. So how to make your ads work better in Q4, but then also how to farm your warm traffic in your existing audience that you built goodwill with throughout the year, how to maximize the cash you get from that. So overall, just keep in the back of your mind, to combat high rising costs, we need to just simply make more money, and we're gonna dive into that. So there's a couple strategies we like to do in Q4. Now, first is testing out new offers. So in Q4, you can get very experimental with the front-end offers that you actually employ. So you can change the skin on your current offer. You could say, hey, price is rising in the new year, so you can play into that scarcity element. Now, we have some clients that hold firm on not increasing price and not discounting through the holidays in Q4. That's totally fine. What we do again with them is focus on making new offers. So different attraction offers on the front end, maybe having some new intro offer that they employ just during the holiday season, or having some sort of Q4 only special on their actual current core offer. So that, again, could be more features, could be a discounted price. But overall, I want you to be thinking in the frame of, okay, we're trying to attract this person during the holidays. They're in this sort of buying behavior and mood. Maybe they're looking for a deal. Maybe they're looking for, something to set them up for the coming year, right? Think about your target prospect, what mood they're in, what buying behavior they're in during Q4, and just try different offers. So for example, for us internally, we're trying a couple different things. We're gonna push our sprint offer, which is a 45-day engagement where we build and launch an entire ad system for your business. One-time fee, run your ads for 30 days, then we roll into consulting or done for you management, or hand it off to you. By the way, if you want the details on that offer, links down in the description. But we're testing that out. We're also testing we'll beat your current winning ad campaign guaranteed. So it's a $497 low ticket front end offer. We might be experimenting with some different price points like $197, $297 as well through this funnel, but it's a different front end offer that's gonna feed into our core service. We're also testing, we'll beat your current winning funnel guaranteed, same thing. So same sort of offer, and that's also gonna feed again into our core offer. So trying different front-end offers. I'm not saying you need to go launch a low-ticket product or a low-ticket funnel, but trying different offers, different skins of your offer. Like, we're not just selling right into retainer and advertising right into retainer. We're trying some new stuff on the front end. Some of our day trading clients are trying more of a trade with you approach. They're also leaning into like, hey, you get this funded account with this actual program that you're getting. We're trying a lot of these different angles and stuff and just testing new offers, new positioning of the offers in Q4 to give it a fresh look, because people have been seeing the same thing over and over again for the year, for your company, and through your ads. So this is a time where people are going to be receptive to new stuff. And whenever we change up offers and give fresh spins or just do holiday season only offers, they do super well. Again, could be a totally new skin on it. Could be you adding features. Could be you saying, hey, we're going to raise price in January. Could be discounting price, stuff like that. And if you are raising prices in January, stick to that. Don't be one of those info guys that says, oh, we're raising price and never raises price. Like, people see through that shit, and you just have to make sure that you actually follow through with your word. So again, testing new front-end offers is our main thing. Now, if you're selling cold email, I'm not telling you to go start selling ads or something like that. It's just changing the front-end attraction mechanism and offer itself, what cold traffic sees and what you're articulating to them. So if you're only selling retainer, maybe try a setup offer in Q4. Obviously, still advertise your core offer until it just doesn't work. Like, if it's working through Q4, screw all of this that I'm saying. Just continuously push what you're doing. But I always like to tell our agencies and info guys to test new offers in Q4, give some fresh looks to what's out there, and just, again, test new attraction offers. You might find some stuff that is a huge winner and can carry through into the new year as well. Number 2 is introducing new funnel types. So kind of like new offers, we can start to introduce new funnels. So if you're running a call funnel, try adding on a webinar funnel or a low ticket funnel or a challenge funnel, right? Try to layer on some secondary conversion mechanism through Q4. This is just going to diversify your risk and give you nice stability. Now, obviously, if you're like just starting to run ads now and you're at like $500 a day in spend and below, don't spread your budget thin, just optimize what you have. But if you're above that point, you can start layering on some different conversion mechanisms. Obviously, if you're at like 1.5K a day plus, tack on a low ticket funnel or a webinar funnel or something like that with your call funnel. So just some sort of secondary conversion mechanism. And if you do use a low ticket offer funnel, this is where you can make, 1 to 3 products in the front end and rotate these. And it kind of plays into this up here we were talking about, testing different front end offers. It's really just testing different core products that your ICP could resonate with and really enjoy and get a result from to ascend them up later through these low ticket product funnels. So just like shift the core offerings that you have if you do choose a low ticket offer on the front end. So those are kind of the cold traffic end of things. Now we also like to lean into different warm cash grabs. Okay, so these are more like CRM sweeps. So what we'll tell all of our B2B guys and info guys and even SaaS to do is we like to run through the holidays warm audience webinars. And we also love to do 1 to 2 challenges as well. These are big cash grabs. So sure, we could run some cold traffic ads to either of these mechanisms, but we really love to get people who have been just sitting there simmering on the email list and in their audience in general on socials, Instagram, Facebook, all this stuff, who have interacted previously with ads but haven't converted, have been in the sales team pipeline for a while. We love getting them onto the warm audience webinars or the challenge to convert them. These are big cash grabs and big sweeps. So ideally, if you got the balls to do it, then run a warm audience webinar. So one in October, November, December, and ideally in January too. And also do 2 challenges. So I love doing a challenge in November. So like early November, not right around the holidays. Thanksgiving, I think this year is at the end of November. So just keep that in mind. You'll want to push this more towards the beginning. And then I love doing one kind of right before Christmas, like mid-December as well. You could also do one if you want early January, because January is kind of like the Q4-ish for info products. A lot of people buy in Q4, especially, it does depend like on the info product itself, but a lot of people love buying stuff in the new year. During kind of Q4, they're in the mood to buy like things for other people, typically is what we see. But again, these, and not as much invest in themselves, especially these like B2C kind of biz ops. Now B2B stuff is a little different, but like the B2C biz ops, keep that in mind. But this is where these mechanisms here for if you sell it to B2B or B2C will absolutely crush for you. So make sure to do this. And number 4 is just leaning more into email. Now, what we like to do is we'll run some reactivation plays to our email list. So we'll actually sometimes pull out the whole CRM, clean the list, and run kind of like a cold email-esque campaign to them to reactivate. And also we'll just continuously through October, like right now, you should be building up goodwill with your socials, goodwill with your email list, and not be slamming offers, because once it gets more towards Black Friday, that's where you can start to run the discounted plays or some, price is rising in the new year play with your current program saying, hey, we'll lock you in this current price now. And also you're gonna get access to the new program dropping in January if you buy now. So you can start to play with these different sale and holiday sale and pricing levers if you build up goodwill with your email list and your audience right now. If you're just slamming offers every single week to them, not giving value, not giving strategies, then you're gonna have a really tough time trying to get them to reciprocate value and pay for something when it comes Black Friday and around the holidays so you can run these sales. So love to use email, but just again, make sure you're giving value right now so you can build up that goodwill. So when it does come time to maybe blast them to get them on a challenge or a warm audience webinar, or just send a freaking sale in general in a CTA to your program for whatever offer or angle you're doing, more people will be receptive to that because again, you've built that goodwill up. You haven't fatigued them with offers over and over and over again. And another thing to survive in Q4 with these rising ad costs is just really creative diversity and creative testing. So leaning into testing a wide variety of creatives. Like I tell all of our clients now that we're gonna overscript and overshoot ads and just have a ton more on reserve and in the vault in case we need to launch them. So you testing a lot more messaging pockets and creatives, especially leaning into the Andromeda update, which I have a full video on this page breaking that down if you wanna check that out. But again, the Andromeda update, for those of you that don't know, basically leans on creative diversity in your accounts. So it got way better at matching the specific messaging you use in your ads to the person that will match that on the other side of the screen. So it's a basically update to the retrieval process of the ad. So basically, long story short, whatever you say in your ad is going to get paired up, even if it's super specific, paired up at a higher match rate with somebody who is a prospect scrolling through Meta. So that's like the number one thing that you need to know about that. So with that logic in mind, we need to be creating a wide variety of different ads, testing a wide variety of different environments, messaging buckets, ad angles, ideas, all this stuff, and tossing it into the algorithm. So the more diverse you have your creatives and the more creatives you test through Q4 means the more winners you're gonna find, the better scale you're gonna find, the better front-end metrics you'll have, and overall just you're gonna have a better time scaling your ads and getting a better ROAS when you're creative testing. So double up on the amount of creatives, if not triple up on the amount of creatives that you have on hand at all times, because the thing that sucks in Q4 is fatigue. And when you have fatigue and it takes you a week to film and then a week to get the ads back and you're just sitting here with rising ad costs and all this stuff, and you're not actually being able to sit there and run new ads and creative tests and pull your costs down, it sucks. So that's a huge thing. Just make sure you have a lot of creatives on hand and you're testing way different messaging pockets and audience types and all this stuff like that in Q4, and testing a lot of different messaging buckets and ideas. So really get creative and get to the drawing board. And so that's really what it is to survive in Q4. Inside of our Inner Circle program, we're doing a really detailed call this week on Q4 and how to actually maximize it for B2B info and SaaS companies. You know, there's also a lot of stuff like the tax angle at the end of the year you can play on. If you're not looking to discount anything, you just lean into that frame. And again, you don't need to like just go and discount your core offer or your product. There's a lot of other things like we talked about in today's video that you can do and different frames you can have with the prospects. But again, people are typically looking for something fresh this time of year. They're looking for something new, and some of them transparently are just looking for a deal. So whether you stack on more features, discount, or say, hey, price is rising, those are some levers that you can do. And then again, make sure you have a ton of creatives in the vault. You're building goodwill with your email list and your audience right now on socials, so you can hit them with offers when the time comes and they'll be more receptive to it. Make sure that you're employing these warm cash grab opportunities like challenges and warm audience webinars, and make sure that you're testing new funnels and new offers on the front end during Q4, and ideally start right freaking now when you see this video. So if you have any other questions, you can comment below. I'll get back to you. You can also hit me up on X or Instagram at Seech. And if you want to join our Inner Circle program, links down in the description below. If you want us to run your ads for you, one-time payment, our sprint offer is down below as well in the description. You can check that out. And without further ado, get out there, crush Q4, and I'll see you on the next video.